Hello guys, it's me Karthik. Hope you guys are doing really good. So we are talking about HTTP client, how HTTP client been added in Java 11 and other features. So in our playlist we have learned about HTTP client get example, post example. Now we are going to see the put example. Okay. So basically we are going to send the JSON body as part of the put example, and then we will learn about how we can consume that and other details. Complete implementation we'll learn. Okay, so let's see the endpoint here. So this is not the endpoint, I'll just give you the background here. So there is a one endpoint called mark get student. This will return the list of all the students. Okay, so as you can see here we have three students currently. Okay, now let's say like this student we have. Okay, 3 and ID 3, name Subesh, address Mumbai, and hobby, right? So this one, let's say he moved from Mumbai to Chennai. Okay, with ID 3, name Suresh, is moved from Mumbai to Chennai, and I'm updating that existing student information with the help of the put call. Okay, now you could see it got updated. Now if you come down to the get students, we should get that updated value, right? We got that. So this process, I mean this endpoint, put endpoint, we are going to consume with the help of HTTP client. Okay, so this HTTP client is been added as part of the Java 11. This entire source code is also available to you in Git. Okay, so let's get started. I am at the service layer. So basically two files I am going to use, which is the service file and the controller file. Okay, HTTP student service and student HTTP controller. And do we need any dependencies? No, but only thing is additional dependencies. No, only thing is Java version should be greater than or equal to 11, because this feature been added as part of Java 11, and the Spring Starter Web Lombok test features only. Okay, so let's get to the service layer and let's start implementing this. Okay, so let me keep as of now as a void. Later we'll try to update. Okay, update student details. Okay, what are the parameters it needs? So if you go here, there were two parameters I might need here. Not might, I will need. First one is this ID and the second one is this body, right? So let's get that. So this ID is long ID and body is nothing but this entire pojo, right? Okay, so this one you can convert into the pojo. For time purpose, I have already converted with name, address, and hobby. If you go here, this is a name string field, address again a string field, hobby is nothing but list of strings that we have got it here, right? So if you go here, this is nothing but student info s info. Let me keep it as s info. Okay, now here for any HTTP client implementation, three components are very important that we have been discussing. First one is HTTP request, second one is HTTP client, third one is HTTP response. So let's build HTTP request first. Okay, so for that purpose, HTTP request is nothing but request is HTTP request dot new builder dot build. Okay, now here here first one is URI, right? So URI is new URI of, let's give this entire endpoint. Okay, this entire endpoint here. 3 is nothing but a static value, which I don't want. I wanted it to be dynamic, so I have this ID, right? So that ID I'm going to append here. So each and every time whatever the value that we want to update, it will be appended as part of this endpoint, right? So here this will ask us to add a exception. You have a syntax exception here. Then this is nothing but put example, right? So put, and you need to send a body here as well, right? So how to send a body HTTP request dot. If you see here, there is a one method called BodyPublishers, right? So publishers dot offString. Okay, cool. So just now we have discussed this as a POJO. We are sending as a JSON here. Okay, that I need to let my API know that I'm sending as a JSON. Okay, so first let's do that. Simply use header here and add a content type header. Content type is nothing but application slash JSON. Okay, now this is a POJO, but here I cannot able to send POJO here. So what I will do is POJO I will convert into the string and I will send that. Okay, that POJO is nothing but student info POJO, right? So this part I need to convert into a string. This is can be handled with the help of object mapper. Okay, if you see here this method, okay, I'm taking student info POJO and I'm converting this into the string with the help of object mapper, right? So let's use that method directly here. This we have discussed in our other videos as well. So sinfo, we have this ready. Okay, now header done, put method is done. I think we are good to go with the request. Now HTTP client object. Okay, HTTP client is nothing but client is equal to HTTP client dot new HTTP client. Okay, now the second important component is formed. The third important component is HTTP response, right? So HTTP response. Okay, I'm taking the response into the string format directly. Later we will try to convert. Okay, so client dot, there are couple of methods here. If you want to use for the synchronous call, you can use the send method. If you want to use asynchronous calls, send asynchronous. We have maybe in some other examples we'll see the asynchronous example. Currently we'll stick with the synchronous one. Okay, so here we need request and whatever the response we are getting here. Okay, we are getting the response here, right? So this response I need to handle it, right? So simply use http response dot body publishers, http response dot, yeah, I think body handlers, body handlers dot of string. Okay, this will be converted into the string. I think there is some other exception I need to add here. Yeah, so let's put this throws in the down. Yes, good to go now. Okay, now we have this response. This response dot body is nothing but a string. Okay, response is good, we got it as a string format, but it would be good if I convert this as a POJO so that I can apply the setters and getters and I can modify this response according to my business requirements, right? So that also you can do with the help of object mapper, which we have already been discussed in our other videos. In the request we converted POJO to string. In the response we are converting that string to the POJO. Okay, so this one get student info, right? So here uh, get student info of response. Okay, this will return us student info object. So I am simply changing my return type to the student info and I am adding the return statement here. So we are done with the service layer. It's time to hook this service into the controller. So I have already added this controller to in order to save time. Okay, so the controller is update student details and we are passing id as a path variable and request body is also the student info. Okay, now simply call this service dot update student details, ID and info. Yeah, I think we are good to go here. Okay, yeah, I think we are good to go with this example. Now let us run this application and see. Our application is running at 9013. So now you could see here 9013 from all the details. Okay, I have this detail, right? Chendu living in Karimnagar. Right? Let me try to update these details here with the help of 9 with the help of HTTP put, and I got this ID in the body. Chendu, we got the details. In original, Chendu is living in Karimnagar district. Now he moved to the other district called Jagityal, and let us see what will happen. Okay, if I click on send here, now you could see it got updated, right? If I click on all the student details, now you could see it got updated, right? So this is a small example demo of HTTP client with the help of with the help of put method.